You still believe Harleys are slow, unreliable, and leak oil all over your garage floor. Then you've probably never owned one, or you're living 20 years in the past because here's the truth. Everything you think you know about Harley Davidson is probably wrong. There's a reason real riders laugh when they hear some of these myths. Most of them come from people who've never touched a wrench, never changed their own oil, and definitely never spent a day on the open road. So let's start with the oldest, most outdated myth of them all, the one fake riders love to repeat online. Myth number one: Harleys always leak oil. That was true back in the 1970s when engines were rough, seals were simple, and every ride left a few drops on the floor. But it's 2025. Harley engines are built like tanks, tested for thousands of hours, and tighter than ever. If your Harley leaks oil today, it's not a design flaw. It's neglect. The shovelhead era ended decades ago, but the legend of the oil puddle never died. And that's what's funny. Fake riders still love to say it, even though most of them have never even seen a Harley up close. Real riders know better. Modern Harleys run clean, smooth, and strong. So next time someone says Harleys leak oil, just smile. Because that myth isn't about the bike. It's about how little they actually know. Every fake rider says the same thing. Harleys are slow. They love to talk numbers, horsepower, and top speed. Like that's what riding is all about. But here's the thing. Real riders don't measure power with stats. They measure it with torque. Harley Davidson builds torque monsters. That means instant pull, the kind that pushes your chest back and makes your heart pound the second you twist the throttle. It's not about how fast you go at 150 miles an hour. It's about how hard you launch when the light turns green. A Milwaukee 8 131 engine can hit harder off the line than most sport bikes expect. Ask anyone who's ever tried to race one at a stoplight. They'll remember that sound forever. Harleys aren't slow. They're built for the kind of power you feel. The only people who still call Harleys slow are the ones who've never been on one. The same ones staring from the sidewalk when that low-end rumble passes by. Speed fades, torque stays. And that's exactly why Harleys still own the streets. Myth number 3, only rich guys buy Harleys. This one always makes real riders laugh. Only rich guys buy Harleys. Fake riders love saying it because it makes them feel better about not having one. But let's get this straight. Harley Davidson wasn't built by rich guys. It was built for the working class, factory workers, mechanics, soldiers. The kind of people who spend their money on something real, not trends, not hype, not plastic fairings. Harley was never about luxury. It was about loyalty. It's about building a bike with your hands, making it yours, and riding it until it becomes part of you. Sure, there are fancy CVOS and showroom bikes that cost a lot, but there are also used Sportsters, Dynas, and Softails that anyone with passion can afford. You don't need to be rich to ride Harley, you just need heart. The truth is, fake riders buy bikes to look cool. Real riders buy Harleys to live free, because freedom doesn't come with a price tag. It comes with a key. Myth number 4, Harleys break all the time. Harleys break all the time. Yeah, that's what fake riders love to say. Right before they hop on a bike built last year and panic when the check engine light comes on. Let's get real. That myth died decades ago. Modern Harleys are some of the most reliable cruisers on the road. They're built from the same level of engineering and precision you'll find in any top brand, just with more attitude and steel. If a Harley breaks, it's usually because someone didn't take care of it. You can't skip oil changes, ignore service, and then blame the bike. That's not a Harley problem. That's a rider problem. Ask any real owner. They'll tell you, keep up with maintenance, and your Harley will outlast most things in your garage. It's built to ride, not to sit. So when fake riders say Harleys are unreliable, what they really mean is, I watched a YouTube video once. Real riders don't talk about breakdowns, and they talk about miles. Myth number 5. Japanese bikes are better built. Fake riders love to say Japanese bikes are better built. They look at the specs, the numbers, the shiny plastics, and they think it tells the whole story. But here's what they don't get. Japanese bikes and Harleys are built for two completely different worlds. Japanese bikes are made to chase the red line. They're precision machines. Quick, high revving, all about numbers. But Harleys, they're built for something deeper, for the feel, for the sound, for that heavy heartbeat that makes you feel alive. A Harley doesn't need to scream at 12,000 RPM to prove it's powerful. It just needs one twist of the throttle, that deep pull of torque that no inline four will ever match. And when it comes to quality, modern Harleys are solid as steel. Tight tolerances, American craftsmanship, engines that run for decades if you treat them right. So yeah, Japanese bikes are great at what they do, but a Harley isn't trying to be that. It's not built to impress a spec sheet. It's built to connect to your soul. Myth number 6. Harley riders are all old dudes. Here's a myth that refuses to die. Harley riders are all old guys with gray beards and beer guts. That might have been true 30 years ago, but open your eyes. Harley's new generation is here, and they're rewriting the story. You'll see 20-somethings on lowriders, girls on Softails, couples touring the country on street glides, even content creators building custom Sportsters in their garages. The Harley world isn't getting older, and it's getting broader. Yeah, there are still veterans who've been riding since the 80s, and that's awesome. They're the backbone, the ones who taught the rest how it's done. But right beside them, you've got riders with tattoos, sneakers, and GoPros. Young, passionate, and proud of the sound their bikes make. The truth? Harley riders aren't old. They're experienced. And the next wave of riders isn't waiting. They're already rolling in. So if someone says, Harleys are for old guys, just laugh. Because that's exactly what old ideas sound like. Outdated and left behind. Myth number 7. Harley doesn't innovate. Fake riders love to say Harley doesn't innovate, that the brand is stuck in the past, living off nostalgia and chrome. They couldn't be more wrong. Harley doesn't chase trends, it creates them. Look at the lineup today. The Pan America, Harley's first adventure bike, took on the world and proved that American engineering can compete anywhere. The Livewire, the first electric Harley, shocked everyone with power and performance no one expected. And the new CVOS, touchscreens, advanced suspension, and technology that riders actually want, not useless gimmicks. Harley doesn't innovate for headlines. They innovate for riders. They evolve their machines without killing their soul. That's the difference. You see, fake riders think innovation means adding more buttons and electronics. Real riders know innovation is about refining what already works and making it last longer, hit harder, and ride smoother. Harley's not behind. It's just busy doing things its own way, quietly, confidently, and that's real innovation. Myth number 8. Loud pipes save lives. Loud pipes save lives. You've heard it 1,000 times, right? It sounds cool, it feels rebellious, and yeah, it makes a great excuse to run open pipes through the neighborhood. But the truth? That line's mostly fiction. Loud pipes get attention, but not always from the people you want. Drivers sealed in modern cars can't hear you over their own music and road noise. What actually saves lives is awareness. Keeping your eyes up, your space open, and your skills sharp. Loud pipes are fun, they're part of the culture, and they definitely make your bike sound alive. But don't confuse noise with safety. Noise gets you noticed. Awareness keeps you alive. So, go ahead, make it rumble. Just remember, skill beats volume every single... Myth number 9. Electric Harleys aren't real Harleys. Electric Harleys aren't real Harleys. That's what fake riders love to say. Usually right before they hear one take off. The live wire may not shake the ground, but it moves like lightning. Instant torque, zero lag, and that futuristic whine that turns every head on the block. It doesn't sound like a Harley, but it feels like one. The acceleration hits your chest, the control is pure, and the ride still makes you grin under the helmet. Harley didn't build the live wire to replace tradition. They built it to expand it. It's not about gas or noise. It's about freedom on two wheels. Real riders respect evolution. Fake riders fear it. The live wire isn't the end of Harley, it's the next chapter. Myth number 10. Harleys vibrate too much. Harleys vibrate too much. That's what fake riders say after sitting on a 20-year-old bike at a gas station once in their life. The truth is, that myth belongs to the past, back when engines were solid-mounted and technology was raw. Modern Harleys use counterbalanced motors, rubber mounts, and engineering that keeps the character without the chaos. You still feel that heartbeat under you, just enough to remind you it's alive. Because a Harley without a little vibration wouldn't feel like a Harley at all. The difference is control. Old Harleys shook because they had to. New Harleys rumble because they want to. There's a fine line between discomfort and soul, and Harley perfected it. Myth number 11. Harleys overheat in traffic. That one gets thrown around a lot, usually by people who've never spent a summer riding through city streets. Yeah, air-cooled engines get warm. That's how physics works, but Harley has been solving that problem for years. Modern bikes use oil cooling, liquid-cooled heads, and smart engine management that keeps temperatures right where they should be. You might feel the heat on your legs, sure, but that's power, not a problem. The only time a Harley truly overheats is when the rider's too lazy to check their oil or maintain the bike. Real riders know how to handle a little warmth. Fake riders complain about it online. Heat is part of the experience, and if you can't handle it, maybe the road's not for you. Myth number 12. Harley parts are overpriced. Harley parts are overpriced. That's what fake riders say when they see a shiny catalog and forget how the real world works. Every bike has premium parts. Harley just gives you options. You can buy original factory pieces, or you can go aftermarket and build it your way. The Harley market is massive. There's a part for every budget, every style, and every rider. If you want chrome from front to back, sure, it costs more. But if you're smart, you can customize your bike for less than a monthly car payment. The truth is, fake riders complain because they want the look without the effort. Real riders know every upgrade is an investment, not a cost. Because when you build a Harley, you're not spending money, you're building identity. Myth number 13, that you can't customize a Harley without thousands. You can't customize a Harley without spending thousands. That's what people say when they scroll through Instagram builds and forget what real customizing means. Custom doesn't always mean expensive. It means personal. Some of the coolest Harleys out there were built in small garages with basic tools, cheap parts, and a lot of heart. A set of bars, a new seat, or a few rattle can touches can completely change the attitude of your bike. It's not about money, it's about creativity. The truth is, fake riders buy expensive mods to impress strangers. Real riders build what fits their hands, their back, and their soul. Your Harley doesn't need to look like anyone else's. It just needs to look like yours. That's real customization. Myth number 14. Harleys are for old riders. Harleys are for old riders. That line's been around forever, usually said by someone who's never actually been to a bike meet in their life. The truth? Harley's for anyone who understands the feeling of freedom on two wheels. These days you'll find riders in their 20s building custom Sportsters, women ripping down highways on Softails, and even younger riders learning the ropes on street models. Harley has evolved, and so has the generation riding it. Sure, there are older riders out there, and they deserve respect. They built this culture. But Harley isn't an age thing, it's a mindset, it's attitude, passion, and pride. Real riders don't care how old you are, they care how far you're willing to go. Myth number 15. Sportsters are beginner bikes. Sportsters are beginner bikes. You hear that from people who've never actually ridden one. The Sportster is one of the most iconic Harleys ever made. Light, aggressive, and packed with attitude. Yeah, it's smaller and cheaper than a big touring bike, but that doesn't make it a toy. Sportsters have been the gateway for generations of riders who wanted that raw Harley feel without the weight. They're quick off the line, easy to work on, and perfect for customizing. Plenty of veterans still ride Sportsters because they love how they handle. Fake riders call them beginner bikes. Real riders call them classics. The truth? There's nothing entry-level about a machine that's been turning heads for over 60 years. The Sportster isn't for beginners. It's for believers. Myth number 16. Harleys can't corner or handle rain. Harleys can't corner or handle rain. That's what fake riders say right before they grab the brakes too hard and slide out on their sport bike. The truth is, modern Harleys handle better than most people realize. New suspension setups, frame geometry, and rider aids like ABS and traction control have completely changed the game. These machines can carve through curves, cruise mountain roads, and hold their own when the weather turns ugly. Sure, they're heavier, but that weight gives them stability when things get slick. Real riders know it's not the bike, it's the skill behind it. A good rider can lean a Harley with confidence, rain or shine. So if someone says a Harley can't corner, it's simple. They've never had the guts to try. Myth number 17. Harleys are made in China. That's one of those internet myths that fake riders love to repeat because it sounds edgy. The truth is far simpler and very different. Harley Davidson builds most of its motorcycles right in the United States. Milwaukee, York, Kansas City, and Pennsylvania. Yes, like every global
Must be
manufacturer,
precisely
they source
installed
some
in the
parts
correct or
internationally.
nothing is left to check.
But that doesn't make the bikes made in China. It makes them part of a modern production world. Frame,
While minimum step
the
is
engine,
planned, helping
the
to
heart
maintain
of
the high
every
standards,
Harley is
Harley
still
Davidson.
American tested. You can feel it when you ride. That solid, crafted quality that cheap copies.
Each team
People who
of
say
skilled
Harleys come
workers,
from
specific
China
set of
don't know the
tasks,
facts. Harleys are built with
responsible
pride,
not only
not
for ensuring the
propaganda.
quality.
Myth number 18. Harley riders hate other bikers. Harley riders hate other bikers. That's a myth spread mostly by people who've never actually talked to one. Real Harley riders don't care what logo is on your tank, and they care that you ride. On the open road, respect isn't about brands. It's about miles. Riders wave to each other because they know the bond that comes with two wheels, no matter what badge you wear. Sure, you'll find a few loudmouths online trying to act superior, but they don't speak for the community. The truth is, Harley riders are some of the most supportive people you'll meet. They help when you're stranded, they share tools, and they'll grab a coffee with anyone who rides. Fake riders divide, real riders unite. That's the biker code. Myth number 19, Harleys can't perform. Harleys can't perform. That's what fake riders say when they mistake comfort for weakness. Performance isn't just about hitting 150 miles per hour. It's about how a bike feels when you ride it. Harleys deliver torque the instant you twist the throttle. The pull hits your chest, the sound hits your ears, and suddenly you remember why you fell in love with motorcycles in the first place. The new Milwaukee 8 engines are monsters, smooth, powerful, and ready to move serious weight fast. You can take a Lowrider S or FXDR and smoke cars off the line all day long. Real riders know performance isn't just speed, it's control, stability, and confidence. Harleys perform where it matters most, in the real world, not on paper. Number 20. Harley is dying. Harley is dying. Yeah, people have been saying that since the 1970s. And every time, Harley proves them wrong. The truth is, Harley doesn't die. It evolves. It's survived wars, recessions, and trends that came and went like bad tattoos. And yet, here we are, in 2025, with new bikes, new riders, and more people customizing Harleys than ever before. The brand isn't disappearing, it's expanding. From the Pan America to the Livewire, Harley is reaching new roads and new generations. Fake riders love to call the funeral early. Real riders know Harley isn't dying. It's just too busy riding. You can't kill a legend built on freedom, loyalty, and steel. Harley's still alive, still loud, and still leading the pack. Wythe number 21. Harley is just a brand. Harley is just a brand. That's what people say when they don't understand what it means to ride one. Harley isn't just a logo on a tank. It's a heartbeat, a brotherhood, a story written in miles. You can't buy that feeling with a marketing campaign. It's earned through late nights in the garage, long rides in the rain, and strangers waving at you on the highway. Harley is the sound that turns heads, the rumble that makes your chest shake, the symbol of freedom that hasn't changed in 100 years. A brand fades when it loses meaning. Harley never did, because Harley isn't just a company, it's a culture. And fake riders will never understand that until they live it. So now you've heard them all. 21 myths that fake riders still believe. And if you made it this far, you already know the truth. Harley Davidson isn't a trend, a rumor, or a brand fighting to stay alive. It's a living legend, fueled by freedom, built by passion, and kept alive by people who ride with heart. Every time that engine starts, it tells the same story. Loyalty, rebellion, and pride in the sound that started it all. You can copy the look, you can chase the noise, but you can't fake the feeling, because this is Harley, and this is Roadside Harley. No drama, no clickbait, just the truth. Subscribe, share the ride,